back, guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is The Lonely J. So I don't know if you are surprised, but somehow we are still seeing each other in March. Like, I cannot believe I uploaded more than one video this month. But if this video is going up in April, just know that I tried my best to make it as good as possible. I mean, I would choose quality over everything. Anyway, March is kind of a big deal to me because this is the month I started YouTube and this is my 8th year. 8 years! I actually cannot wrap my head around that. At this point, it's not a hobby anymore, it is a lifestyle. This whole journey has been so long. I mean, it's almost 1/3 of my life. And I mean, there were definitely phases where I just disappeared. But somehow I managed to come back at the end of last year. And now I'm posting again, being active, trying to keep this channel functioning. And that is exactly why I cannot let this anniversary pass like a random Tuesday. One random day in 2018, I decided to film a video and upload it to YouTube. And then I just kept going. Not consistently, not perfectly, but consistent enough to accidentally build a timeline of my past self. And to be honest, I feel really lucky because not everyone has the chance to look back at their own growth like this. So today, to celebrate 8 years of me being on YouTube, I am going to react to my old videos. So first thing first, I had to audit my entire YouTube existence. All the videos I've made in the past 8 years, I call it the legacy, and the total number is 61 videos. I mean, public videos only. It's not an impressive number, I know, but when I listed everything out, oh boy, it's hella long. It just kept going and going and going. Like, why it is suddenly a lot? So I had to categorize them. We have 10 categories in total, ranging from makeup to daily life. So here's a quick breakdown on the category chart. Makeup has been my core identity with 22 videos. It was not just content. It was the entry point into my YouTube personality. And then we have shorts, anything under 3 minutes. And then there's Vietnamese content, which is actually a lot. Most of these were from the very beginning when I just started YouTube. And then one day I woke up and decided to speak English only in my videos. I think it is because I've been abroad most of the time, speaking English and Chinese every day. And back then in undergrad school, I had like less than 5 Vietnamese friends around. And then alongside makeup, we have Slice of Life, which is basically my second identity. I have actually been doing this since the beginning, like daily life kind of vlogs, but it didn't become Slice of Life until 2022. And everything else is just NPC side quests. But here's the thing, I know that focusing on one niche would probably make branding so much easier. But for me, YouTube was never about that. It was about having fun, sharing things, trying different versions of myself. So every category here is basically a different version of me, experimenting with life. And apparently, I cannot just do things normally. So I also built an era system to organize my YouTube life based on my real life stages. So everything before 2025 falls into 3 main eras: the delusion, the confusion, and the becoming. My comeback in late 2025 marks the beginning of the new era, which will not be included in today's video because we are focusing on history. But don't worry, I'll get into each era in more detail very soon. So I cannot just react to everything obvi. So the goal here is 8 videos representing 8 years across 3 eras. Very symbolic, I know. And here is the selection process. First, I filtered everything by era and started eliminating anything that felt irrelevant to this mission. So things like films, mixes, fangirl content, and even shorts had to go. And then to make things a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more unpredictable, I also used an online random wheel to pick the videos. So I did 3 spins for the delusion, 2 spins for the confusion, and 3 spins for the becoming. Like, do you see the level of commitment here? And let me tell you, this is not just a reaction video. This is a game. I'll be rating each video based on 3 criteria. The first one is visual, the outfit, the makeup, the look. The second one is vibe. I mean, the energy, the confidence, the main character presence. And the last one is cringe. How painful it is to watch. Each one is rated out of 10. And on top of that, we have a mini challenge. The moment the total cringe score hits 30, I will recreate that cringy moment right then. No preparation, no escape, no dignity. I am already sensing bad things. But we are doing this for entertainment and for honoring who I used to be, unfortunately. So yeah, I've said enough.
Game on. Let's go.
This era spans from 2018 to 2020. aka my university years. I started YouTube in my freshman year, and as I mentioned earlier, I was mainly speaking Vietnamese in my videos. Also, I had a lot of free time, which resulted in a concerning number of videos within a very short period. 33 videos. The very first video I made was me throwing shade at Taiwan. There was this sudden trend of Vietnamese people traveling to Taiwan, hyping it up like crazy. And I was like, nah. So I had to make a video to argue with that. Very unnecessary, but very on brand for this era. And thank God that video is not chosen by the system. Instead, the first video we are going to watch is Field Trip of Geography class. Oh my god, the intro. I'd say minimalism but make it PowerPoint.
Xin chào các bạn, hôm nay mình đi một cái field trip cho môn
The camera is shaking like crazy and it's so close to my face. The back camera is so blurry. I remember that was an iPhone 6s.
Hơn các bạn thể cảnh tống ao cá Bác Hồ.
This eco arc is in Ilan City. It's quite big actually.
Late winter, early spring they cut the tunnel.
Oh girl, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to capture the scenery, but it's just not giving it.
Giờ các bạn ơi, có một chiếc cò, có một chú cô, con cô ở bên.
Oh no, she's singing Vietnamese folk music.
Bây giờ cánh đồng.
Oh my god, she's so cute. Oh my god, I don't think everyone is ready for this.
Phật làm con gái chưa một lần yêu ai nhìn về tương lai.
Low-key is kind of cute, like she's just being silly, having fun, 20-year-old behavior. Do people at 20 still act like this, or was it just me? Alright, scores for vibe, I'm giving this an 8. It's silly, but the energy is there. For visual, I think I'll give it a 6. Very freshman coded. And for cringe, also an 8. Like, that was just the first video and a lot to process. Okay, next up, a fall look 2019.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So the new season is around the corner now. The weather gets much cooler.
Oh
with
no,
light
the voiceover.
sunlight and gentle breeze. Oh, actually before this, I already moisturized my skin. I'm using Colourpop Just Please eye palette. This palette is such a legend, with sweet and warm.
She's really trying though. Like you can tell she wants this to feel poetic. Autumnal Europe kinda energy.
Actually,
This is so bland and so pretty. Trust the process.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The outfit is quite cute, she's put together, but I'm just not convinced by the accessories. Alright, scores. For vibe, I'm giving this a 6. Like she was really trying to romanticize autumn with the French music and soft voiceover, but it didn't really serve. For visual, I'm giving it a 7. And for cringe, also a 7. That voiceover was tickling my ears. Alright, final video of this era, therapeutic graduation photo shooting with concepts. I mean, the title is, but I'm really hoping that this will bring the energy back.
Hi guys, welcome back to my so this is the Lonely J. Oh, I am back after a big test.
Also, quick context, the big test that I mentioned was IELTS because I needed it to graduate.
Because I did this makeup this morning, I think I still look
Oh, you can tell she is feeling herself. Like the confidence is through the roof. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with full body goosebumps.
One of my inspirations for this look is me in high school. Well, at that time I had a very weird obsession over the look of slutty librarian. Well, this
Apparently, even future me cannot understand her decision-making process.
I called myself. I need my glasses to complete that
Oh no.
slutty librarian look.
I am actually speechless.
Well, if you don't love me at this, then you don't deserve me at this. I'm looking for a clean spot away from the dormitory over there. Perfect. Perfect.
You know something is wrong when she stops talking and the music starts. Because why is it turning into a music video? I think I just had a panic attack. Like, this part just hit me right in the face with no warning, no protection. For vibe, I think I'll give it an 8. Main character energy to a dangerous degree. For visual, a 7. And for cringe, another 8. I really need to recover from this. And now you understand why this era is called the delusion. Because the energy here is unmatched. This whole era just gave me goosebumps. I mean, she was so confident and slightly unhinged. This really take me back to my university days. Life was not that easy back then. I was already independent, juggling school and internship, and somehow I still had the time, the energy, and the audacity to stay this committed to YouTube. That deserves the recognition. So let's give her a round of applause. She really earned it. Okay, now that we have survived the delusion, let's move on to the next era.
Huh?
To be honest, the name already says everything. Because if the delusion was all about confidence with no self-awareness, the confusion is where things start to fall apart a little. So this era started after I finished undergrad school and immediately got hit by COVID in 2020. I had to move back to Vietnam and suddenly things felt so uncertain. In terms of content creating, I was heavily influenced by the pop culture back then, trying out different aesthetics, basically just searching for my true self, which in hindsight explains a lot. So the next video we are watching is how I do my makeup luring people. What's with the title? I am already concerned.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is The Lonely J.
Hey boy, what you say boy? You tryna play coy like a game boy? Hit my phone boy. Is your homeboy? Are you alone boy? Come give me dome boy. Got a boy with degrees, a boy in the street.
So, as you can see in the title, we are going to do bad girl makeup look today. How to look like a femme that plays with people's heart. It is about the look that you use to lure people.
Girl, what the hell are you trying to lure? And who the hell are you trying to lure?
So today we're going for a feminine, sweet and alluring look because it's easier to catch flies with honey.
Fun fact, the fabric in the background is literally a blanket that I really liked. And I was filming this in my room at home, so the setup is giving DIY studio.
I recommend you to use some colors instead of nude shade. It's supposed to make you look naturally sweet without any effort.
Oh my god, look at her, acting all wise and knowledgeable.
Accessories are really important.
Why are you like this?
Now the last step is to put on some perfume. I am using Chanel No. 5 to smell like a hot, single and straight lady. And now the look is complete.
Like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, inner city boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie.
I mean, I understand that showing up the final look is necessary for a makeup video like this, but this is too much.
From the playboys to the gay boys, go and slay boys, you my fave boys.
Okay, scores. I'm giving this an 8 for vibe and 8 for visual because she was having fun, she was confident, and the makeup is not bad. But for cringe, this is a 9. This is really testing my limit. Oh my god, I think I got a little too carried away and didn't realize the total cringe score has passed 30. Like, we hit it midway in this video. And not just that, this might actually be the most cringy video so far. The moment the total cringe score hits 30, I will recreate that cringy moment right then. Oh, why do I have to do this to myself? Okay, here we have it. Me recreating that very questionable moment from the video you just watched.
I like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, and the city boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie. Get your nails did, let it blow dry. I like a big beard, I like a clean face. I don't discriminate, come and get a taste. From the playboys to the gay boys. Go and slay boys, you my fave boys.
That was painful. Future me watching this in 2 years is not going to survive this. So let's move on. The next video is October vlog, Days in Hanoi, Quarantine Life, 2021 Halloween look, which is a big jump from the last video, because everything in between was big confusion. Before we get into this video, I have to give an honorable mention to the Element series. It was a 5-part series inspired by the gaming aesthetic and very heavily influenced by the concept of Kiss Me More music video by Doja Cat, mixed with a little bit of feng shui. Each video is basically a makeup look representing one of the 5 elements. I have to say the concept is gold and the intro is so cool. I am really proud of it. Even though everything was made using PowerPoint, she had a vision. It's a fun series, so if you're curious, go check it out. Okay, back to the video.
Hi guys. So today is October.
So dark, like literally matching my life at that time. Quick context, this was when I got the Taiwan Ministry of Education scholarship and was preparing to come back to Taiwan for my master's. But COVID in Vietnam was really bad at that time and I was not even sure if I could actually leave. And if I could leave, it might take me years to see my family and friends again. And also I had to go from my hometown to Hanoi to sort out my visa. And I stayed in Hanoi for like 3 weeks, which was kinda illegal at that time. Oh god, you can see depression on my face. Like my skin was so bad and I got so much acne. And a lot happened during that time to the point where I got really depressed. That is a long story that I don't think you're ready for. Well, I don't want to go too deep into that period, but I am really grateful that somehow I made it through. It feels kinda unreal looking back now. Fun fact, I was literally the only person on the flight wearing a full bodysuit like that, and it was so freaking hot. That was because at that time I hadn't gotten any vaccine shot yet, and I was really worried. I was actually pretty lucky with quarantine though. I was in this decent hotel in Taichung and I was also studying online. I stayed there for like 2 weeks and then did another 7 days of self-management in another hotel in Hsinchu. The quarantine was boring, but I believe it somehow helped me heal after a long period of stress.
Later, I'll have a presentation, and so now I'll have to like do my makeup. I know that maybe people cannot see me.
I was really out there doing everything just to keep myself entertained.
Hi guys, so I am going to do my Halloween look, and today is...
Another fun fact, in this part I was in Hsinchu, already allowed to go outside, and I was filming this whole bloody Halloween makeup look. And right in the middle of filming, someone called me from the lobby, so I had to put on a mask and went downstairs. But people could still see the fake blood peeping out my mask under my chin. And they were really concerned. They kept asking me if I was okay. That was so funny. Well, this video definitely feels like a low point. I'm giving this a 6 for vibe and a 6 for visual. It's more quiet, a little bit heavy, but also very real. For cringe, just 1, maybe just that Halloween makeup moment. This video actually makes me very emotional. Like looking back at that version of myself, my heart is really softened for her. Okay, I think that's enough for the emotional segment. Let's respectfully move on to the next era. This is after I returned to Taiwan for my master's, and to be honest, I felt like I was reborn. I had more motivation, more direction, more confidence, and a lot less stress. This is also where I slowly started to find my own identity. I was putting myself out there more, experiencing more, trying new things, living life in a way that felt a lot more intentional. I mean, there was still confusion, still a little bit of chaos, still questionable decisions here and there. But overall, this is where I started becoming a better version of myself. That's why we call it the becoming. So the first video of this era is Slice of Life, Surviving Mercury Retrograde. And I have to say, starting around 2021, I got really into astrology, like deeply invested And as you can see, that interest made its way into YouTube.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is The Lonely J. So today's video is about how I survived Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is an astrological phenomenon when it seems like the planet is moving backwards from our point of view.
This intro is so cute. Like, it's not even fancy or anything, but the random The Simpsons memes make it so fun and relatable.
Hey guys, so I just did my makeup and go to a convenience store to pick up my baby. By baby here, I mean my new AirPods. Losing one side of my old pair.
So this whole airport situation was really painful, and I have actually never publicly shared the real reason why I lost one side. But today, let me tell you, I dropped it into the toilet. Yeah, I dropped it into the toilet while hiding there to record my voice for another video because I needed absolute silence. Yep, so that's the law. Wait, look at her, just casually unboxing a new pair of AirPods, looking so fine. I swear it was almost illegal to look that hot in the campus.
Okay, so now I'm going to a Vietnamese restaurant to have lunch and then I'll go to a cafe. This is my room.
Yes, I was living on campus, alone in a 4-person room for an entire year. That's what I call the royal treatment for the Princess of Vietnam.
I'm not sure if I should get my hair cut. I'm just bored and I wanna cut off the bad lucks in my life as well.
Girl, I gotta say, this is not going to work. I remember this part. It was an interview for a summer internship at Whirlpool, but I didn't get it. But let me tell you, rejection is redirection.
Hey guys, so tonight is the night of a new moon and it will be a great time to do a healing session.
Seriously, this whole segment is so on brand for this video. Like, it's giving witchy energy, but if you're mentally weak, maybe this will scare you a little.
Hey guys, so
Wait, I have to stop here because this makeup look is so cute. I am obsessed. Okay, end up this very light, slightly delusional vlog. For visual, I'm giving this an 8. She looks amazing. Like, objectively, for cringe, I think it should be a 4. It's still there, but manageable. For vibe, a 6, I think. Because at that time, I was over-dramatizing everything. Not everything was that serious. Not everything was Mercury retrograde's fault. But overall, this is actually really cute. And I would say this is the first proper video of the Slice of Life series. Okay, moving to the next one. Slice of Life Active Summer.
well, this must be the most active week of this summer break for me.
Okay, quick context. This was when I was doing my summer internship in Taipei. So I moved from my main campus in Hsinchu to Taipei campus in Yangming. And I have to say, that was such a good summer, like one of the best. Oh my god, look at her. She's so cute, so active, so full of life.
Okay, just take a look at my baby. MacBook Pro.
Okay, I am not going to go too deep into the whole new laptop situation because I already talked about it in a video. But this was actually the first video I edited on my new MacBook using Final Cut Pro. So yeah, that's a small proud moment. Oh, how I love the sun and being active in the sun. At this point, I was in Taipei already, but went back to Hsinchu for an English summer camp for the elementary school kids. I swear to God, the kids were so cute and I had a very good time there.
So this is my new bag.
I am not gonna lie, the bangs are kind of cute. In my life, I've always gone back and forth on whether I should get bangs or not. And by the way, the makeup video with bangs that I promised hasn't really happened. So you can look forward to that. Maybe. This part right here is when I went to Datocheng to see the fireworks for TC, the Chinese Valentine's Day, with my friends. And fun fact, that was also the day I got COVID. This is a plot twist that I didn't sign up for. But let's be real, that summer had so many amazing moments and also what the hell kind of moments that I didn't really capture on camera. The energy I had back then also feels so different from now. It's actually making me really nostalgic. Okay, scores. I'm giving this a 7 for vibe. It's very fun, very summery. A 3 for cringe. I mean, we are healing. And an 8 for visual. She looks so good. I cannot even argue with that. Oh my god, we are already at the final video. It is chaotic bloopers and Young Fresh promo video. I know what you're thinking. Didn't I say I filter out all the videos under 3 minutes? Yes, I did. I removed all the short videos in the previous 2 eras. But for this era, this video actually plays an important role in the storyline. So I couldn't filter it out. And somehow I still ended up picking it with the wheel. Oh my god, the background music is so funny. It's like a tweaked version of this song of Ed Sheeran. So the context for this video is that during the final semester of my master's, I took this class where the professor introduced a video competition to promote sea bass essence from the brand Young Fresh. And the moment I heard it, I already knew that nobody was going to be excited about it except me. And for some reason, it felt really doable for me, so I just went for it. So I planned everything from start to finish. The idea, the script, how to sneak in all the advertising terms, recruiting 2 of my classmates as supporting actors, preparing costumes and props, setting up the scenes, and even promoting the video and running ads for it. This was truly a one-person production team, like I always do. The concept of the video was to portray the presence of this supplement product along with a mother's unconditional love across different stages of the main character's life. And there were 2 parallel realities. So yeah, that was the vision. That bowl you see there is actually just green tea from a $20 convenience store bowl. I was trying to minimize costs. Fun fact, when I filmed the scenes, I even took some photos and posted it on Instagram trying to trick people, and that was so funny. The craziest part is this video actually won the best video and the most popular video on YouTube. I won 40k NTT with less than 2,000 spent on ads. And at the time, there were no rules saying we couldn't run ads. So yeah, that was easy money. And the honorable mention for this era is the actual video that I submitted for the competition. That one is a lot more put together. It's on my other channel if you're curious. The video itself is short, but the hidden lore is insane. And the vibe is pretty fun overall. So I'm giving this an 8 for vibe, a 7 for visual, and a 6 for cringe. As you can see, the cringe is starting to creep back up again. So that's all for the videos, and in order to fully utilize the very serious and scientific scoring system, I am going to map out my YouTube character development over the past 8 years using those 3 metrics. So for vibe, as you can see here, it fluctuates a lot depending on the era. It goes up, it goes down, there are mood swings, very on brand. Visual is actually the most stable one. It improves steadily over time and stays consistent. And then there's cringe, which is completely unpredictable, absolutely unhinged. And then we have this one spot where all 3 lines are almost at their peak. This is a very dangerous zone. I call it maximum confidence with minimum supervision. Overall, I must say the delusion is when main character energy at max level, but the budget could not keep up. The confusion is peak identity crisis. One extremely cringy video followed by a sudden drop. Like yesterday you were the main character and today you are just an NPC. But I get that. And that was a very memorable stage of my life. The becoming is more stable, more refined, still a little crazy, but with taste. And after that, you may already know, we had a long hiatus and now we are in the new era. Seriously, I had so much fun doing this video. I loved every second of it and I hope you enjoyed it too. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I am really grateful that I stay consistent enough on this journey to build something like this, to have this kind of legacy, and to be able to look back at it today. I'm also very thankful for all the people who have supported me along the way, and I really hope that we get to continue this journey together in the new era. I am very excited for this era, for what's coming next. More experiences, more stories, more life to share. That's it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!